What is going on with you, YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. All right, man. A couple days ago, we got some pretty important news from the Rockstar Newswire. Some GTA 6 info. And I'm just calling it GTA 6 because that's what everybody's calling it. But they didn't specifically call it GTA 6. All right. So Rockstar talked about what they got going on for GTA 5. I think everybody collectively is a little tired of that. But at the very end of the post, I'll read it to you. It says, what's next? With the unprecedented longevity of GTA 5, we know many of you have been asking us about a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. That's funny because people just bombard them with comments anytime they post anything about GTA 5. When are we getting GTA 6? Y'all post anything other than news on GTA 6. So they hear y'all loud and clear. All right. With every new project we embark on, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered. And we are pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series is well underway. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready. So please stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for official details. On behalf of our entire team, we thank you for all your support and cannot wait to step into the future with you. All right, so a couple things stood out in that comment. We'll talk about it. This is going to be long form, off the cuff, per usual. I'm just scatterbrained, so we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. But leave it to Regular Dave to dissect a paragraph just announcing a new game. All right, so First things first, the one thing that stood out is they didn't say GTA 6. They said next installment. I mean, I might be reading into it too much, but that does scare me a little bit, and we'll talk about it. Another thing that stood out is well underway, that the development is well underway, because for whatever reason, I believe it's well underway, but that don't mean it's close for us. So those two things really stood out. Now, another thing that stood out as well is our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered. And the only reason why I kind of second guess that comment is since GTA 5 has been updated so many times, it's so what are we going on? 9 years? We won't see a 9-year gap of what the next GTA is and GTA 5, because GTA 5 has been updated for 9 years. I mean, it's released we getting it on PS5. So it's the gap we're going to get, I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as it should be for a 9-year. Just imagine where games were 9 years ago. And yeah, I don't think we're going to get that much of a gap, but all right, let's dissect it a little more. What I think, look, I'm just throwing stuff out there, get active in the comments. Let me know what you think of my ideas. And also let me hear your ideas. So these are my hopes. These are the things I don't want to see. First off, I just hope we get the traditional long campaign experience that we've gotten in every GTA. Cause I don't know if you guys have thought about it, but that there's a possibility that might not happen. And the reason why I say that is because of the success of GTA Online. Now, I know, so here's a couple things that scare me. Look, we never got any authentic, legitimate single-player DLC a la the Ballad of Gay Tony, The Lost and Damned. Now, I know some of the online stuff you could play by yourself, but you still have to go into GTA Online, right? The Dr. Dre thing, I'm quite sure I haven't even looked into it. I haven't turned on GTA in probably a year or two, but I'm pretty sure you have to go into GTA Online. It's not part of the single player experience. So you can play it by yourself, but it's still GTA Online. Look, the amount of money that GTA Online has made kind of scares me for the single player stuff because of the development that has to take place for the single player stuff. The payoff ain't the same. There aren't please, there are not microtransactions in a single player campaign. So it's I know it's been a staple of GTA, but to say that won't go away one day, I wouldn't put it past them. It's just, I don't even know if it makes sense for them anymore. It makes sense for us as gamers. But yeah, that's one thing. I just hope we get that authentic 30, 40 hour single player experience that we've always received. Now, a big thing about GTA. Okay, so when is time period? When is it going to take place? Right? The one thing I absolutely do not want to see, do not want to see, is the future. Like that, to me, that's worst case scenario for me, because GTA fills the space for me. Is the thing I love about it is the realism of the game. And when you go to the future, realism really don't exist because you don't know what's going to be real in the future or not. So GTA is like the only sandbox game that provides this realistic experience on a grand scale. I felt like Saint Row initially tried to do it, tried to kind of get into that space and realize we probably can't compete, so let's just go over the top. So I do not want to see a game in the future. Now, I'll be willing to accept the past because we have before, right? We accepted San Andreas. That game came out in like the early 2000s, but it was based in like the early to mid 90s. I mean, the riots were going on. What was that, like 1992 or something like that? So that game was based in the past. And then before that, we got Vice City, which was in the 80s. So I could accept the past, but I don't know where you would go with it. You could go back to the 90s. You could go, man, we in 2022. You can go back to like 2000. You could go to the 70s. I don't know how far back I'd be willing to accept, but I'll take the past because it'll be realistic over the future. I do not want to see the future. Now, let's talk about location. Get active in the comments. This is the one I don't really have a good grasp on, like where I would even want to see the game, because I've already gotten it exactly where I wanted to see it. I've already seen Los Angeles. I'm a California guy. So that's exactly, I wanted to see a real Los Angeles, and they delivered. So you can't go back there. I know they want to significantly move beyond what they previously delivered, but 9 years ain't enough to say, okay, now we can make real Los Angeles. So the game can't go back there. What are your other options? Now, this is just me being selfish. I'll accept it, but I would like to keep it in the United States. I know there's, a possibility it could be in another country, and that's not like out of control or outrageous to me. It could end up like before GTA 3, one of the top down GTAs I want to believe was like in London. So it could go to another country, and I think, there's only so many interesting United States locations that they can go. We've already been to New York, Los Angeles, Miami. There's tons of places in the United States, but intriguing, like places that people are going to be legitimately excited about. Where are you going to go? So international is a possibility, even though I would prefer to keep the game stateside. Get active in the comments. Where would you like to see the game go next? Now, let's talk about something that's, I don't know, it's depressing, but we got an announcement, so we're going to have to take it. When is this game going to come out? We're going on, GTA 5 was released in 2013. So we're going on 9 years right now. It'll be a full decade since that game came out, which sounds unreal. So we haven't seen like a trailer, location, protagonist, nothing. So, are we going to even get a trailer this year? I would think like maybe at the end of this year, that's best case scenario. We get a trailer, and then best case scenario, which is probably not realistic, is the game comes out in like September or October of 2023, but I kind of don't see it. So I'm thinking earliest we're going to get this game is 2024, which is insane. Like that'll be 11 years after GTA 5 release. So, but if I was just going to throw out a guess and somebody was like, guess the year for all the money, I would say 2024. So we're looking at more GTA 5, because then they're coming out with GTA 5 for this next gen. They want to probably let that breathe for a little bit. So I'm thinking we're going to see this game in 2024, which is a long time out. That'll be like, not even the middle of this generation. So those are things that are pressing. Let's talk about Protagonist. Look, there's going to be something funky with the Protagonist. I like the 3-character system. I really hope that they go back to that, because that alleviated one of my biggest gripes with GTA was feeling like an errand boy. Like everything was like, go do this job, go do this job. I wanted to feel more like a boss, or more like a story that just didn't feel like I was doing a lot of errands. And when they released the 3-character system, that like solved that. I was so happy. So I would like to see that. If we go to a 1 character, I just have a feeling that there's going to be a woman character. That's just a guess. For all the money, if they said, is there going to be a woman character, I would probably say yes. And I ain't got no issues with that. That would be pretty dope. But I think the protagonist, there will be a woman involved. All right. Look, I built a YouTube channel talking about GTA 5 news. So, I'm excited, man. I'm not trying to regain any past glory of my YouTube. I am going to put out a video talking about it though. But that being said, I'm excited. At least they're talking about it, like it's not, just as the sun's coming up, there is going to be another installment. That was never in doubt for anybody, but just the fact that they mentioned it was a little exciting. Next exciting thing will be like a trailer, snippet, whatever, a countdown, whatever they have. I'll be talking about it because I love Grand Theft Auto. Get active in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.